Are you, by any chance, one of those language learners that every year decides that this is the year when you're really gonna focus on your language improvement? Maybe you write it down as a New Year's resolution, or you just keep it in mind that you have this vision of yourself speaking the language. Maybe it's a language of the country where you live, or it's a language that you just dream about learning, but you cannot find a place, a time, resources to learn it. Or maybe you believe that you don't have what it takes to learn the language. You believe that you are just bad at languages. Languages have never been something that you can learn. If you believe this, let me tell you that you are wrong. Unless you have a confirmed diagnosis of learning disabilities, you have dyslexia, you have ADHD, it is challenging. It is a much harder task to complete. If you lack resources, if you don't have motivation, if you have social anxiety and anxiety of performing, yes, it is more challenging for you to learn the language. But if you are as mortal as any other of us, who are learning new skills and doing pretty average at different things, or that we maybe already have some progress, but you are just not happy with how it's been until now, then please listen to me. I want to tell you that it is all in your head. If you can look back at your life, at the skills that you have acquired, and you see that there are many things you have learned from the scratch to mastery or pretty automatic level. You have learned English, because I guess many people who watch me are not native English speakers. If you have learned skills, you can do it. I know a person who is very talented, very creative. She has so many skills, and she has this dream of learning English. She speaks none of at this point. She has this thought engraved in her brain that she doesn't have what it takes to learn English. I have no idea what is the source of this thought. Quite often we are very traumatized by educational systems that we come from. At least in my experience, we've been punished for mistakes, starting with kindergarten until school. Mistakes were not welcome. We would be emotionally abused when we did mistakes. So many of us would grow perfectionists, being afraid of bad performance, being afraid of trying, and fearing to even try to learn something new, because we would believe that we are not gonna be good at this, so why bother? Because we were told so. You might believe that you are not linguistically gifted, but let me tell you, it's not about being gifted, it's about structure in your learning process. There is no such a thing that I'm bad at languages. There is just a lack of belief, of right mindset, and the idea for how to structure your learning. Basically, what it takes, it is a complicated thing, I know. It takes you to plan the time, to decide that I'm gonna devote 30 minutes a day, and this is the time when I will do it to learn the language. You have to decide how do you do that. I suggest to contact a tutor, a teacher who might help you with the structure. If I would start going to gym, I would also contact a coach, a trainer, to get a plan to achieve my goals, because I am not professional in everything that I want to learn, and I strongly believe that you might need help of somebody who's working with language learners to help you get the plan ready and the structure ready for the skill that you've been dreaming of. If you think that you are not linguistically talented, I would like to share a story about a student that I used to have. I've been teaching him English. He came to me with zero knowledge. Let's call him Andrew. We discussed his goals and motivation, and he said that he just wants to know English. When we started, I pretty soon noticed that the progress is so slow. I even believed that he is not capable to learn the language. We would be repeating same stuff all over again. And after many months of learning, we had summer break and we started again in autumn, and I took the same material that I used previous year and started from the beginning, because there was like no progress at all. And that second year suddenly proved that some people need more time and just determination helps them to continue. He didn't doubt himself. He never said out loud that, oh my God, I'm so bad, it's just not for me. He would just do whatever needed to be done. And the second year proved that even Andrew can make progress. He was starting to speak, he was starting to gain vocabulary, he started to understand basic grammar. He was the one who proved me that there is no such a thing that some person can be incapable of learning language. There is no such a thing that can stop you. It's just you prioritizing language learning and finding time for that. If you were punished or judged or discouraged anytime you've been learning new skills, you might have developed perfectionism. Perfectionism is a huge obstacle in making progress in any language learning. I know it by myself that I would like to speak in perfect sentences, and in my head they make sense when I'm speaking to myself, but as soon as I pronounce them to the native speaker, I catch myself making mistakes and I feel embarrassed. But this is something that only perfectionist itself cares about it, because natives, when they listen to us, they first of all don't care about your mistakes and how bad your language level is. They are encouraging, they are supportive, and they are happy that you are even trying to learn it, especially if it's not one of the most popular languages as English, French, or Spanish. Natives appreciate it, and when you dare to use it, you are getting so much support that it can lift you and carry your learning process farther. There is this wonderful book, it's a Polish book, it's called Sen Alicji, czyli Jak działa mózg, Alicia's Dream, or How the Brain Works, which says how some neurons are dying off when they are not used, when they are not developed. Let's say when you, as a child, stop drawing at some point, the neurons that are developing when your skill is progressing, they are dying off. And if you are practicing some skill since childhood, then new connections between the neurons are growing. So this is what I think is my case, why some people think that I am linguistically gifted, because I've been learning 2 languages already since childhood, and then I was into literature and all these kind of cultural topics. So it might be so that some neurons got more developed than the others, and that's why I've never felt that mathematics is my thing. But it doesn't mean that I wouldn't be able to learn something new if I put my attention and focus on that. Please follow my channel and put a notification bell so you get notified when the new video comes out. Let's learn languages together. Let's make our visions of ourselves a reality, and let's not wait for New Year and New Year's resolutions. Also write in comments what language are you learning now and what are you struggling with. Thank you for your attention and see you later.